So it's finally been confirmed that Conor McGregor is going to fight Khabib in Las Vegas for the UFC 229 card on October the 6th. And words just can't describe how excited I actually am for this particular fight. So just off the record, obviously Conor McGregor's had a long layoff from his fight after his fight with Floyd Mayweather. Which is kind of expected if you think about it. The guy's made like hundreds of millions of dollars from that one fight, and it must be difficult to get the hunger back to get back into the UFC. A lot of fans of the UFC have actually been accusing Conor McGregor. They've been kind of disappointed in him because they feel like he's been holding the actual belt hostage, and obviously Khabib and McGregor did have like an altercation with the bus incidents, with the dolly being thrown through the bus and all of that. So it's a very interesting time in this particular division. Obviously, I think Khabib is actually going to win this fight quite easily. If you look at Conor McGregor's actual record, his three losses in the UFC have all come via submission, and obviously with Khabib is one of the most lethal Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu artists that I've actually seen in the last coming years. So it's a very interesting fight. In terms of which round I think Khabib actually takes him out in, I think he's gonna win in the last round. I believe Conor McGregor's gonna try to make it a striking game, but Khabib is like black oil. Once he's got you in a clinch or a hold, he finds it very difficult to throw you on the floor, and he's very physically strong as well. And I feel like Conor McGregor doesn't have a very great takedown game in terms of when he's actually in a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu position. He doesn't he's not in a position to defend himself as well as he is when he's in a striking position. Now, Khabib is actually quite handy in striking as well, so he's not as good as McGregor is, but he is quite handy. I believe he can hold his own against McGregor. So McGregor's only chance of actually winning this fight is if he connects on Khabib before Khabib can actually get him onto the ground to ground and pound him or choke him out via submission. So in terms of who I think is going to win this particular fight, my money is actually on Khabib. I believe by the third round he should be able to beat him. So yeah, I'm very much looking forward to this particular fight, and I heard props to Conor McGregor for taking this particular fight. A lot of people thought he was actually going to duck Khabib, but it just shows that he's willing to not take any soft touches. He's willing to get back in there after having such a massive fight with Floyd Mayweather. Obviously, he did take a little bit of time off, but it's expected after you make hundreds of millions of pounds. What else is there for you to do? So I'm glad that he's gone back into the UFC. Obviously, he's still pretty young. He's 30 years old, so he's got probably a good 5, 6, 7, 8 years left in his career. So he can continue making big money in the UFC. And it has to be said, McGregor is one of the most marketable stars in the UFC. It's undeniable. There's been other great stars in the past like Anderson Silva and obviously GSP, but I feel like what Anderson Silva lacked was that he didn't really speak English, so he couldn't really connect with the mainstream American media the way obviously Conor McGregor has. And obviously with GSB, he did have a good fan base, but he never reached a level of marketability as Conor McGregor because he just had a nice guy image. And on top of that, I don't believe English was his first language. So I feel like Conor McGregor's obviously like what he's done in boxing is unprecedented. Like for him to make hundreds of millions of pounds off his debut fight against Mayweather, obviously all the pay-per-view buys that he's had with the UFC, it's unprecedented what this guy has actually accomplished. So I just want to see this show just continue. But I think Khabib is going to be one of the few people is going to definitely beat him. And if he does beat him, I do expect there to be a rematch. But I do think it's going to be a competitive fight because as long as Conor McGregor's striking, Khabib is going to find it pretty difficult to get him on the ground. But I think Khabib will eventually get him on the ground. And when he does get him on the ground, he is going to choke him out via submission or probably get him into a rear naked choke and just make McGregor tap out. So that's my prediction for this particular fight, and I'm very much looking forward to it. Tell me what you think below in the comment section, and obviously just tell me who you think is going to win. My money's actually on Khabib. I think Khabib is undefeated for a reason, and I feel like he's all wrong for McGregor style wise. But massive props for McGregor for taking this particular fight. So yeah, thanks for that. Subscribe to this channel, like this video, share, comment, subscribe, and obviously just peace out.